contributor to shedding is friction. And this one is a big one. Very important. I've never heard anyone talk about it as it relates to extension hair. I have seen natural hair authors, refer to it in their books, but never someone talk about it as it relates to extension hair. Let me talk to you about friction. Friction occurs as you run your fingers or you run a brush through a bundle of, as it relates to us, I'm talking, through a bundle of hair. And you're going to find, let me show you, I just want to be visual. You're going to find less friction. See this straight bundle? Now this is a slightly coarse straight bundle. This is not a satin soft. The straighter the hair, the less friction you will find. So a satin soft bundle has almost no texture, meaning the strands don't have any roughness, they're very smooth, and it has no pattern. It's straight, right? So you've got almost no friction in a satin soft straight bundle of hair. So you're gonna brush through that bundle, one second. You're gonna brush through that bundle of satin soft, or this is slightly coarse, and you're not gonna get a lot of strands coming through because again, it's a low friction situation, very low friction, all right? As you move up the texture scale and the pattern scale, the friction level increases. Let's look at a bundle like this. You see how that's got more wave pattern than the one I just had? You see that? It's got more waves. So if I were to take my brush, I don't want to disturb this because this is going to get sent out in some orders this week. But if we brush through this bundle, you're going to see maybe a few more strands than you would in a straight bundle, a satin soft or a slightly coarse straight bundle. Even when you go to medium coarse, very coarse, with the straight hair, it's all of it is going to be pretty minimal. You will see more as the coarseness increases. But again, when I say see more, let me clarify. I'm not talking about strands down your arms, in your food, on your pillow, in your bathroom, no. I'm talking about after you pass through that initial brush out period, just day-to-day maintenance. The less pattern and the less texture will equal less shed hairs, okay? All right, so you see this bundle, right? It's beautiful, but it's got more pattern to it. So there's gonna be more friction. So even as I run my fingers through it, I can feel a little bit more resistance than I did in the straight bundle. Why is that? You'll see when I pull out some curlier bundles, I'll really be able to demonstrate it then. So follow me. All right, a little bit more friction. Take a look at this bundle here. Now, this may appear to be just a little bit wavier than that last bundle, but this bundle's more coarse. This bundle's got a heavier coarseness level. I mean, I'm feeling it as I go through. I'm really feeling it as I go through. What does that mean? That means when you wash a curly, wavy, or bundle of hair, especially one that's got a coarseness level to it, in my hair, these waves and curls, do you see how they're kind of grouped together? Did you see that? Kind of all in there? How they're grouped together? What does that mean? That means when I wash it, right, the curls and the coils and the waves they get their little partners, their little friends, and they kind of coil up with each other. They don't tangle. I'm not talking about tangling. Hello? I'm not talking about tangling. But they kind of coil up with each other. So if I take a brush and I brush through, I'm not going to do it now because I have mousse in my hair. I'm going to talk about that next. If I were to brush through, I'm breaking up those different waves and curl patterns. That's creating more friction. And what will happen is the hair strands, not in abundance, but there will be some hair strands that give way to that friction when you brush through, all right, in a curly or wavy pattern. Next up, as we get curlier or as we get more coarse, take a look at this. All right, take a look at this one. Now this one was a surprise to me. I did not know that this bundle was going to come out as coarse as it was. It didn't look to be that way prior to washing and wefting. But this baby, honey, this bundle is coarse. Woo! It's coarse. But it doesn't have much of a curl pattern. Still, when you work through a bundle like this, you're going to have, especially if you use some product or something, you're going to have some strands that give way to the friction, okay, of the bundle. Next up, bundle like this. All right, you see how it's got a little bit more curl? See, that's got a little bit more curl to it, all right? If I were to take this brush to this bundle, I don't want to do it, you guys, because when we wash and we condition and we air dry, it is a long process. So to take this brush and brush through those curls, I would be doing it all over again. Don't want to do that, okay? Somebody's actually getting this bundle this week. It's part of our curly sale. But anyway, do you see this? More pattern. This is not a straight bundle. It's not a wavy bundle. It's curly. More friction. So as I look at that, I mean, I'm pulling my hands through it, and it's more than the other bundles that I had. It's taking more effort going through it, which means more friction, which means a little bit more hairs. Just a few more bundles, bear with me. Okay, this last bundle, do you see this? It's got more curl pattern than the other ones that we just showed. All right, and it's got a coarseness level to it. This also was sold in our curly sale. All right, we just had a few of these, you guys. Look at that. When I say a few, I mean we had enough for our curly sale. But I say that because I know you guys are gonna leave me a little note at the bottom of the video. I want those curly bundles. But again, our curly hair is very, very rare, extremely limited. We do not jack up the price. We don't do that. But we don't sell it every day on our website, okay? We do curly release sales, as you've heard me say over and over and over again. And those are done every once in a while as we collect enough hair to warrant doing a sale, all right? Back to what we were talking about. So this is gonna have the most friction, And this is not extremely coarse. It's not extremely coarse, this is slightly coarse, but it still has that curl pattern. So what's the point to all of this? The point is, friction is a very real thing, all right? The straighter or the softer the hair, the less friction, the result is less hairs shedding out of the bundle over time. The more coarse or the more curly the pattern or the bundle, you'll see slightly more hairs coming out as you brush XYZ, whatever. You get my point. So just, I say that so that you can be aware that friction is a real thing. This is very important to say. I know this video is already running long, but this is very important. Please, please, please hear me. Friction has nothing to do with the weft. Friction has everything to do with the fact that this is virgin hair. No silicone coating, nothing to smooth it over. If you're buying coarse hair, expect that you're going to have a little bit of roughness. Expect that you're going to have those hairs that will, kind of shed out just like you would with your natural hair. All hair sheds. Did you hear what I said? All hair sheds, all right? Whether it's our natural hair, whether it's hair extensions, all hair sheds. Good hair, good quality hair extensions on a good healthy weft should not shed excessively. That is a no-no.